What's going down, y'all? It's the Wake Up Crew. Ray G, joined as always by my man Jay Rich to talk some NBA prop plays over on Prize Picks for the Saturday, November 5th, 2022 NBA slate. Bunch of games on the docket tonight. Y'all know what we do. We hit the model. We take a look at the trends. We look at the books. We try to find the value. We give you the plays for free. We do not make you pay for picks. We just ask that you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, like, and comment below. Let us know what you guys have found, some trends that you've seen, and what you are playing over on Prize Picks. If you're new to Prize Picks, use the promo code WAKEUP. If you deposit $100, they give you $100 free back. You can't beat that. Use your boyfriend, your girlfriend, who's ever email address and get that free money over on Prize Picks. Jay, quick recap of the plays that we talked about yesterday. It was a good night last night, man. Everything hit. Just about everything hit.
Actually, do we need to recap or do we just say that we went 100%?
Yeah, everything hit. Bradley Beal's three-pointers hit. Tyrese Halliburton points and assists. He went over that.
Buddy Hield over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists was another one that we talked about. We talked about Steph Curry was the day before, right? We didn't talk about Steph Curry last night.
Luka Doncic's points last night. Yes. That hit as well. And I think there was another play. The rebounds, Vucevic, his rebounds.
Yes, your boy Vooch.
Yeah, Vooch went over his rebounds. So really good night on the channel. If you made some money last night, tailing any of those picks, again, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed and like it. But yesterday was yesterday. Today's a new day, and we got to find some winners today. So let's dive into it right now.
High flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by Prize Picks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man. All right, Jay, let's pull up the model and get to it. Where we starting at tonight?
So the number one player, one of the top plays for us, is actually Michael Porter Jr.'s three-pointers over 2.5. He's hit this one in 6 straight games. He doesn't have the best matchup against the Spurs, but the Spurs do play at one of the fastest paces in the NBA, so he should get his opportunities to shoot. I don't mind the points, but last game, we talked about Michael Porter's points over 16.5 and his threes over 2.5, and the threes hit. Of course, the points did not hit because he has been taking a lot of threes and has been making a lot, like I mentioned, has hit in 6 straight. This is minus 130 or worse on the books right now, so you are getting value on Prize Picks if you do take this. Again, the only thing that's concerning is the matchup. The consistency has been good. He's been taking a ton of threes. He's been making them. So Michael Porter Jr. over his threes is my number one play for today. But if you don't like the matchup, Ray, maybe go to Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
Jalen Suggs coming off a career high in points. We're looking at his steals over 1.5, which has hit in every game this season. Some of the games have been coming off the bench, playing limited minutes, and even still, Jalen Suggs has cleared 2 steals in every game, coming off a 4-steal game against the Warriors. I think playing a career high 36 minutes and having a career high in points will probably get him another start in this one up against Sacramento, which is the 10th best matchup for opposing point guards to get steals. And so I do like Jalen Suggs a lot in this one as well.
Yeah, and then you might as well keep going with your plays. You got Karl Anthony Towns up there as well. His assist more than 4.5, right?
Yeah, so Karl Anthony Towns is one I've actually been playing on the sports books more so than on Prize Picks because we haven't been able to get it on Prize Picks. It's been plus 120 for the past 3 games, and now finally Prize Picks is giving it to us because it's minus 120. He's only missed it 2 of 9 games this season and has gone over in 6 of his last 7 games. The lowest output he's put out in those 6 games is only 4 assists, so he's barely not clearing it. Houston as well is a good matchup for the assists from bigs. It's literally been point cat, not something I'd ever say, but he has been the primary facilitator and getting the most assists on the team. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a great play. Minus 120 on the books. It probably should be lower. It's one of the top plays in our model on Prize Picks, and even one of the top plays if you want to play on the sports books as well.
Man, I love it, man. He's averaging 6 over his last 5 games. You talk about Suggs averaging almost 2.6 steals per game over his last 5. And then Michael Porter Jr., 3.8 3-pointers made. Now, Jay, just for full transparency, the Michael Porter Jr. play, it's a difficult matchup, right? They're 29th in 3-pointers allowed to the small forward position. So just explaining the model, this is sort of bucking the early season trend of the model, correct?
Yeah. It's just the biggest thing, right? I'm looking at it from the standpoint of volume and the pace of play, right? If you want to take this play, Michael Porter's been hitting it in almost he's hit it in almost every game this season. It's really just the matchup versus Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson is probably the best player on their team as far as I'm concerned. Then you look at, Devin Vassell, Trey Jones, whoever you want to talk about. But from a pure talent perspective, Keldon Johnson's probably the toughest matchup on the roster. They're not good against the center. They're not good against guards. But to your point, the small forward is probably their best spot. I still believe Porter's going to shoot, right? We're not going to talk about Jokic today, but Jokic has really taken a back seat in the scoring department, and that's opened up things for Aaron Gordon, for MP MPJ and for Jamal Murray. And so I just believe Porter's going to shoot. It's a bet that I'm going to make anyways, kind of against the model like you're talking about with the matchup. But outside of that, all the other data does point towards an over.
And just to be clear, the model needs data. It needs games. It needs information. And so far, we just don't have a ton of information for it to work itself out the right way. So we're looking at the book numbers, figuring out where the value is over on PrizePicks, because you have to at least run 2 plays. And that's the same thing that I'm doing with John Collins, Jay. This would be, if I had to prioritize this would be 5. Like, it would be the 5th play. It wouldn't be a core play, but I do like John Collins to go over his rebounds, right, at 7.5. It's a tough matchup versus New Orleans with Zion, with Valanciunas, big bodies down low. Even Ingram can get some boards here and there. It is, right now, what we have, the worst matchup for power forwards, right? But John Collins has hit this number in every game this season, besides the one game that we decided to take him on the show, the one day that we took him. And I'm going to pull up props.cash real quick, and you could see it, Jay. He has gone over this number. Let me move ourselves out of the way. The one time we took him versus the Bucks, he went under. He had 5. But other than that, he's cruised past this number. He's averaging 12 versus New Orleans. He's averaging 10 rebounds over his last 5 games. I like it, Jay. Again, I am going against the trend. This is juiced heavy to the over on the books right now. You don't see it in here, but anywhere from -130 to -140 on the books at John Collins' 7.5 rebounds. So I do like it. And then I want to talk about his former teammate, Kevin Huerter. If De'Aaron Fox is out, 15.5, I like the number for Huerter. He's getting the minutes. He's averaging about 32 minutes a game. This is a fantastic matchup. Orlando's giving up about 30 points a game to the shooting guard position. It's about even money on the books right now. And again, the time, right? He's averaging almost 32.5 minutes per game. He's averaging 18.2 points over his last 5. It's a very low number for a player starting to get his confidence up. And with no Fox, they're going to have to get the scoring from somewhere. So I do like Kevin Huerter in this one. And just back to the Jalen Suggs steals play, another piece of information, Jay. We took Davion Mitchell's turnovers a couple of nights ago, right? And he didn't cash that, but they do turn the ball over. Sacramento turns the ball over quite a bit. So I think it's even more confirmation that I do like that steals prop for Jalen Suggs. But that's what we're rolling with tonight. I did want to talk about Nikola Jokic under fantasy score. I've been running that behind the scenes and has been cashing damn near weekly. I know he had 10 turnovers last game. But with Jamal Murray back, with the ascension of some other players on that team, he's not doing as much scoring. He's still diamond. He's still getting rebounds. 54.5. It's a great matchup for Jokic tonight. It's
number two in the league. Yeah, so that's the problem.
So I don't want to play around with that one. And then one additional bonus play, not a core play, Jay. I'm gonna run it as one of my core plays, but Giannis Antetokounmpo over his points. Versus OKC. I don't know who on that team is going to stop him, right? So you could go back to SGA tonight. I'm not going to run it tonight versus Milwaukee. Tough matchup. But I do like Giannis's points tonight. So there you go. There go the core plays. Michael Porter Jr., more than 2.5 3-pointers made. Jalen Suggs, more than 1.5 steals. Karl Anthony Towns, more than 4.5 assists. Kevin Huerter, over 15.5 points. And John Collins, if you're feeling a little frisky, if you want to buck the trend, go over his 7.5 rebounds. But those are the plays that we have for you. Listen, take what you like, leave what you don't. Don't take them all. I'm happy when people run all 5 of them and they hit, but you better mix and match and bankroll manage. That's how we do things on PrizePicks, and that's how you get the biggest edge over there. If you tail, give PrizePicks hell, and if we fail, don't bail. If we find additional plays, we'll post them in the comments. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button. Enjoy the NBA and college football today. Good luck, good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. We out. Peace.